I cannot explain it, but Kabam absolutely just flushed money down the toilet by not having Adam Warlock and Paragon crystals. He's that strong. He's that good. I've taken mine to rank 4. I'm going to show you exactly why and what I'm talking about. And the whole time in the back of your mind, be trying to figure out, why did they start Paragon crystals after he was released? Whales were clearly ready to be milked. Okay, all these fights are going to be in the beginning anyways. He's still at rank 3. This is the EQ. And I'm just going to show you this fight really quick because Adam does have this stasis pod mechanic. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's involved in a lot of things. And I'll explain the important part right there. As soon as I was able to manually trigger, and you are able to do that once per fight, it's a double tap, and I was able to get out of that special one from Sauron, which is often something that I struggle with. I was pretty much sold at that moment. Now I'm going to show you some other fights, kind of continued on and all that. But as soon as I was able to pull that off, I was like, I need this guy. I'm going to rank him up. I know that Ascension is eventually coming. We've had that confirmed now. We're going to find out more on Friday on the Twitch stream. So I'm excited to find out about that. But this is a 6-star. I'm excited to take to rank 4, which you'll see in this video. Now, you know me, I don't like to overstate things, right? Like, I want to tell you exactly what I mean. And I want to show you this other potential problem with the stasis pod. I wanted to pull it off right there. My intention was to do that, and I was not able to. And I'm going to show you another time here where I'm trying to kind of make it work. And in trying to kind of hurry it, I didn't mean to get it there. I didn't mean to. I misplayed that. I was kind of like trying to special intercept. So I do think it will take some time to get used to this mechanic, but it is very, very powerful, as you saw with that Sauron SP1 there. I mean, that sort of thing is going to come up all the time in the game. It's been happening for years, and it will still continue to happen where you're just like, oh crap, I don't know what to do. Stasis pod, right? And then with the signature ability and these other things, the stasis pod opens up healing and potential stun mechanics and all that. So here we go. You can kind of see this. I wanted to kind of show you just how much he can just rinse through some opponents. Now, these fights are in the EQ, so the damage is increased there. You can see that by the passive fury. But I'm going to show you some fights that are not in the EQ, and you'll see he does just fine. And then I'll show you an alternative way, or I think it's really more of an alternate way of playing him. I think it's just as effective. And it's going to depend on what it is you need, or it could be one of those things where if you accidentally parry, you're still fine. This is kind of like when I was trying to get the word out, like, if you dex with Cosmic Ghost Rider, don't worry, it's going to be okay. There's still plenty you can do. So here we go. We're going to go in against this Penny Parker, and I had that experience with the Sauron using the stasis pod there. Then, you know, I had the negative experiences with that Punisher. There's all the same lane. And then, you know, he took like 2 or 3 other fights. I just cut him out because I only wanted this video to be a certain length. And then we get here against this Penny Parker, and this is it here, right? Like, his flow is so good. I'll talk about this a little bit more when I show ranking him up, but he's very fun to play on top of being powerful. So here we go. We're just unblockable, and really you can't keep this up the whole time because there is a downtime on the stasis pod, but you can keep this up for a very, very long time. We threw the special 2 there after getting up the Fury, right? As your counter grows, you get these new buffs, being the dexterity one. I can't think what it's called. I think it's the cruelty, right? Increasing your crit rating tremendously, and then you eventually get that Fury. You can see we've got the Fury there because our stasis sovereign buff, I'm sorry, went down. You know, you can still get auto blocked and all that stuff, and the power drain or whatever it is that Penny does. But if you're unblockable, you're just fine. The unblockable stays paused while the defender's throwing their special. Is really, really well made. Someone really thought through how you were going to play him, how you're going to take nodes, how you're going to take defenders. And remember, my damage was not increased there. My damage was not increased. That was a rank 3, just rinsing the final chapter boss, that Penny Parker, traditionally considered a very, very tough defender. And he's not Gallon, he's not Hulkling as far as like attacking into a Penny Parker. So now I'm just going to show you the rank up and why I talk about him a little bit, and then we're going to go into the next fights, and I'll even show you that kind of, like I said, alternate way of playing him that may even be superior, or something that you want to do if you accidentally parry or something like that, getting yourself out of that sovereign mode. Okay, so I took him to rank 4. I've taken him to Sig 200. I do like the signature ability. I'll read it a little bit here, but basically it's just going to increase the regeneration buff you get when you go into the stasis pod, which you can also do off the SP2. I'll show that in some other fights here. And then when the opponent strikes into the pod, they at a Sig 200 have a 100% chance to be inflicted with a stun unless you're suffering from Soul Barb. Soul Barb seems to be the one thing you really don't want to use him against, okay? Because it turns off some of his stuff and whatever. And that stun gives you another really nice opening. You'll see it come into play in these other fights. I think he's exceptionally well made. And when I talk about his flow being good, what I mean by that is once I understood his kind of loop, once I understood what was happening, the good things just start happening with him. You're doing these combos, you're wanting to backdraft, right? You're getting the Infuriate on, you're wanting to backdraft, and then you're just going unblockable, and then you get the nice big Cruelty, again, whatever the one that increases your crit damage, then you get the nice big Fury, you throw your special, they have the special one has a nice stun if you've got the Cruelty buff. Really, really nice. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to take him into the side quest because there is a couple of things that are going to kind of change up what you can do with him. Now, here's this fight against SpiderHam. Now, again, there's the intercept node, so we're going to get a nice damage increase, but that's in the game a lot. And you want champions that can help you with intercepts. Well, Infuriate's going to do that. With SpiderHam, you want to be throwing your specials as soon as you get him because you don't want him evading. Adam doesn't have an evade counter. So I wanted to see, is this going to mess this guy up? You know, what's going to happen here? But as you can see, we've got our nice buff there. So we had a stun off of the SP1. It actually is guaranteed as long as you have the precision, not the Cruelty, the precision. I've been saying it wrong the whole time. But you can see we get that really nice stun and we're able to continue to work our way back. Now, the Sovereign is back. I don't have the Cruelty. That's okay. Gonna go ahead and land a stun of our own. We're still doing plenty of damage. SpiderHam done. I was very impressed with that. I was very, very happy. Rank 4, not able to play, getting those big special 2s, build up those power, really get my combo going, throwing the SP1s over and over. What's going to happen? Totally, totally fine. Now, here's another champion that if you're hitting into their block, they're going to be healing. Again, I just wanted to test this. Like, what does this look like for him? Keep in mind, we haven't even been really using our striker. I'll show you that in the final fight. So here we go. We're hitting into AntiVenom's block, but eventually we go unblockable. I'm pretty sure I don't have to explain to you how nice it is to be able to go unblockable. And then this was a really good fight to show that, you know, you have to play him with a little bit of aggressiveness, but you're not insane. Like right there, I knew that AntiVenom had a bar of power. He might throw a special. So I was aware and thinking about doing the backdraft intercept, but as soon as I saw that he wanted to throw a special, I backed off. And because he's well made, whoever designed him did a great job of thinking like, here's what you want to be doing. How can I help him out? That's what the unblockable buffs, staying paused during the special, really, really helps out. You do need to be on top of it. You want to be on top of your game. You want to be paying attention. This isn't something where you can be watching a Netflix show while playing him because things are probably going to go awry. But if you're paying attention, I think those are the modes you want to use him in anyways. Battlegrounds, war, this sort of thing. You can have a really, really good time. So here we go. We're eventually going to go unblockable, right? You want to be hitting into their block. That's how you get the Sovereign counter started, and it jumps up pretty high. Once we hit 20, we'll get that really nice. Let me read what it is. I was getting mixed up. We get the really nice precision buff there. Then it got reset because we lost our counter, and that's fine. That's kind of what I wanted to show you too. So we're going to go in here, and when the timer's done, they get an Intimidate. This is also kind of what I'm talking about. That Intimidate is going to make them block, which means you then get a chance to go in, go unblockable, all these really nice things, get your Sovereign counter going. There's the special 2 stasis pod afterwards that I was talking about. It gives you a really nice opening into all of this. Ghost Rider holds his special. I use my striker, which increases your combo counter, gives you another stun and opening to get in there. Throw the special 2, dusted. Right, really, really nice. And then here's the other style alternate, let's say rotation that I wanted to show you. This is where you intentionally lose your Sovereign counter early, or if you accidentally parry. So here we go, right? Don't want to make the mistakes I made against the last Penny fight, so I'm going to start working her shield down. Go unblockable, and then I end up with an accidental parry if I recall correctly here. Let's see where it is. I think it's coming up. You do if you can do it. There we go. There was the parry because I was just trying to work the intercepts. It just didn't happen, okay? And that's what I want to show you. Then you want to bait that special so that they're low on power. We're eventually going to get our potential for our Sovereign counter back. Here we go. Now we're getting the counter going again. We're going to throw our special 2. We're unblockable. really nice. We didn't have our precision, so they don't get stunned, but through our SP2. So we go into the stasis pod, come in, and we can just keep going. You can just keep going. Because we're unblockable, we don't have to worry about her auto block or whatever. Throw the striker. So if you accidentally parry with him, you're still okay. Don't freak out. You can be okay. Get them down on power. You're eventually gonna get your sovereign counter back. I'll get out more videos on him because I really do like him. He's someone I could see me taking to rank 5. And then once we get more information on Ascension, he's a champion that I could definitely see taking it in. Now, if you've been paying attention to my channel long enough, you know I've kind of casually said a couple times, like, I could see him getting buffed. And the reason why I'm not predicting that, like I did with like Manta or something like that, is he's extremely powerful. And I actually think the game is better with him in it, kind of like right as he is. Cosmic is so incredibly top heavy with Hercules, Hulkling, Gallant, Cosmic, Ghost Rider, right? They're just so insanely powerful. And then in my opinion, it does drop down just a tiny smidge with down to Null and Hyperion. I'd like to see Cosmic have more champions within that realm. They're fun to play. They're updated for today's game. Null is Hyperion is just like a classic. Adam Warlock fits in very well. He's extremely powerful. Like I said, I have it blows my mind that Kabam did not have Paragon crystals start with him, because the whales would have been milked. I gotta tell you, even I would have probably been tempted, because he's that strong, he's that powerful, and having him initially as a 7-star would have been very, very exciting, and I think a significant step up over the other Cosmics that are currently available in that base pool. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, your opinions. Give me them both. How strong do you think he is? How excited are you for him? Will you consider taking him to rank 5 and ascending him? And also, why did Kabam milk the whales? That's a weird one that I think may confuse us till the end of time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.